Ricky the World Builder, and I'm here to show you a little bit about creating characters. First off, over here on the left, I have my code that I use for cityographer. We're going to do, right here we have races. These are all the different buildings that they can have, and these are all the different races. As you can see, I have a lot of half races. So we're going to go and edit the races. We'll give 5% for dwarf, 5% for elf. We aren't going to have many dragons, but let's give us 1% on a dragon. We're going to go down, we'll have at least, we'll go 14% on the goblin, and 15% on the kobold. That's 30, 40, 50% right now. We know that there are a lot of Rogath here, so we'll knock it up to 70%, 80%. Oops. 90%. We won't do half races right now. This, as you can see, by the way, is my master code. I'm not going to save this as the master code. Goldar. We don't have many people from Goldar, but we'll say 5%. They're travelers. Serene will give no one. Argon will give... Argon are travelers too. 5%. Tremere. It's up to 15. Amar. It's up to 20. It's up to 70. 25. 80. Since we need more than 80, let's knock Goldar up and Tremere up. Yeah, Goldar and Tremere. 10%. Tremere are magic users. They aren't super big on traveling, but they might travel for the magic. Dwarf. Fireforge has all of 1% of the 5%. So these are big travelers. We'll give them 9. 15. 20. 25. 30. The Axe-Hiders. Ooh, yeah. 35. 40. 45. 95. Let's give the Axe-Hiders 5% then. Eric's raid. 50. Lazar, you guys get 20. 75. Did I ever do that right? You are Let's look at Elf. Elisar Swamp, yeah. Katrina we don't want. Nuvamar we definitely don't want. What are we at? 75? Lock you up to 20. Give Katrina 5. Say none of the shrub people. No, I've got 5 on the shrubs. What the hell? 50, 20, 70, 75, 80, 85, 100. No. 25 for pressure. 40. These are the Rogath. Rogath have all of their people are basically here. So that's why I gave them 20%, which was decently high for them, and 50-50 of each of their 2 people. They're very Mediterranean. Metallic. 4. 3. Gem. What I really should do is add. In fact, I will. Just knock this at 1. Knock metallic down to 33 as well. Hornwood. Oh, I skipped the trolls. Seago. 10, 20, 30, 60, 70. All right, let's go down to Goblin. Do I have? Unfortunately, I always forget with the Goblins where they're at. Like I can tell you that the Hilltarge are pretty far up north. They aren't going to have many. In fact, we're just going to knock them down to 0. Fire Melt, 0. Storm Clash. These guys, we're going to be at like 30%. Cloud Space. I'm going to give these guys like 10%. Frostfelt are at the bottom of the south, but they travel by ship, so we'll still give them 10%. That knocks us up to 50. Stone Dark at none. Again, these guys don't travel much. These guys get the majority. Because I know them. Unfortunately, I don't ever remember the goblins. Steelmeyer. These guys might go down. They happen to be in an alliance with Goldar. So they'll travel down with the Goldars people. The Hilltarge are too, but the Hilltarge just don't travel. They aren't really at an alliance. Bull Nest isn't near. Finsky. Kavinsky. We'll give 20%. There's our big one. We'll give you 40%. That knocks us up to 70. 80, 90. 100. Do these look random to you? I mean, like, does it look like I'm... Well, I guess you guys can't really comment because there's no one there. Suffice it to say. Oh, by the way, today... Okay, actually, I know the Manchurians. In fact, I'm going to make a note. These guys took a bugbear potion by a demon a while back and were all transformed into bugbears. They ended up killing off almost all of the Fireforge clan of dwarves and have become the enemies of the dwarves. They've since fled to the northeast, but they won't be down there. Well, you know what? It would be interesting to have some Manchurians down there. Yeah, we'll throw 10%. Jingbai, Taihang. We'll make these three the big three here. 20%. 20%. That knocks us up to 70, and we'll make the dabble 30. I haven't completely finished the main map. I just know that there are a decent number of goblin tribes in that area, so we'll split them up, and that'll be that. Coastal Adventures default. I like it. We are going to scroll down. Yes, I did a lot of coding. We are going to scroll down to the barn. Okay. In the barn, I have vehicles. So right now I have canoe, carriage, cart. There's not going to be any sleds. This is 1%. There are going to be war canoes almost all the time. There are going to be keelboats all the time. Chariots get knocked down to 1%. They aren't going to be common. Carts will still have. Carriages will knock down to 10%. They'll still be there, but again, not as common. Long ships. We're going to have some long ships for sale. Why is a long ship the same price as a sailing ship? I don't know. I don't care. we're going to make it like a 75% chance that there's a long ship in the dock, 75% chance that there's a sailing ship in the dock. Rowboat gets knocked up to 100%. War canoes at 90, wagons at 100, warships at 25. And warships aren't going to be that common. Galleys are even more than a warship, so they'll be 15%, 10%. 10% for getting a big galley. So this is what you've got. By the way, I have a minimum price, a maximum price. This is based on, again, my own currency, which I use for my game. So don't be weirded out by my, well, choose to be weirded out by my prices if you want to. The basic, so this is expensive. My players are starting off with a small sailing ship. So it'll be towards this bottom end of the range. And they will have it, but it won't quite. It'll be interesting. This barracks actually helps me create really quick encounters if I want to, and I do use it for that, with loot to go with it. Lots of different stuff here. So we're going to save again. We're going to exit out of it. We are going to go to cityographer. By the way, we're going to open this back up. Now, cityographer is a really cool app made by Inkwell Ideas. We're going to knock this up to 25,000. We don't really care. Cancel. Created in just one step. The big thing is that we're overriding the data. OneDrive, game stuff, cityographer. Yes, I have a lot of stuff. I'm not actually caring about this. About the city that I'm making right now. What I'm going to care about well, let me show you the full city actually. So as you can see, it generates everything. This app's super cool. When it finishes generating, I have it set up to name things. Isn't down. I don't know why it's not generating properly. There must have been something that I did wrong with the code. Happens every once in a while. I probably deleted something on the jails apparently. Okay, so here we've got the pink. This is an inn that I put down. We've got the pink fish. You regen the title, and it'll be. There's actually quite a large selection of titles, even though it's only showing us a few. There we go. Anyway, the moose and mug. Regenerate the tab. And it just keeps repopulating it with new people. So that is what we are going to use. The inn's probably one of my favorite places. Let's start by shrinking the name area, shrinking the race area, shrinking the culture area. Continue with shrinking gender. Background. And other. All right, so Now we will take the extra names. Oh, apparently we're going to take it all. Let's see how this generates. That did not generate well in there at all. That's the first time I've tried to do it like that. Oh well, that sucks. Why are you so big? That's better. Race, dragon, metallic, pronoun he. We don't really need anything else for him, so hey. There we go. In the past, I have just done this. Then you take it, you knock everything down to 12, because there is absolutely no reason to have it like that. Let's see, no. Sucked. So as you can see, it generates quite a few people. Regenerate this tab. So now we're going to go with our NPCs. Our first guy is going to be, or our first girl. We're going to actually go with oh, we still need to decide on the priest. Well, boom. Finley. She's a kobold. Zarcy. She's a fighter, apparently. Might make her something else. I do not want a giant as NPC number 2. I don't want a dwarf either. NPC number 2 just became this troll. Ooh, I like the Fears Rogath. This is actually Wildfell. What type of troll does that equal? I don't remember all my trolls. Poison and slashing are its weaknesses. Okay. Poison and slashing. Name is Katsuro. Trolls don't really have gender. I like it. And then let's go with you are apparently our priest. Goblin monk. Interesting combination. Ostentatious. Why can I not think of what that word means? Naturally, I have to type it in. Alright, that'll work. That'll work. Ostentatious. We have an ostentatious monk. Yay. Um, Boom. Those guys. Now time for our crew. How many do we have here? 11 more. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. See, one of the problems with this is that it generates them in groups. So you're going to get a lot of a few races here. If you go to staff and you just go with like the owners, you're going to get a wider variety. Except, of course, that time. So we're going to knock these two in. Bartenders are unique too, huh? Okay, we're going to knock all 4 of these. 1. Ooh, cook 2. 2. That worked perfectly. And yeah, we didn't really want a dragon on the ship. We'll sort them out a little bit later. But we've got a kobold, a human, goblin, rogath, a couple more humans, an elf. Actually, we're going to take out this goblin and go until I get a hobgoblin, because I want a hobgoblin on the ship. That elf is a Merrick's raid. Nice. That'll be the cook, too. Huh. Hobgoblin, perfect. Scale muck, even better. What's your... Alright. He is not going to be the cook, even if he does have that as his name. We only need 1 cook. Or she's not going to be the cook. Lots of females. Not many males. Do I want to even that out? Maybe I do. We'll take these 3. One, two, three, four, five, six. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's a good numbers. So that's how we do it. That's literally exactly how I do it. Now I go until I find an elf. No, I need an LSR elf. Sometimes customers will do it. Come now, elf, LSR. You know what? I needed two of them. Got two. Main antagonist. Likes oranges in it and is intimidating. Lieutenant is melancholy but cheerful. I like it. Do we have an Akash Rogath? No. There we go. Actually, let's try and get one up here. Well, I've got three. Hates undead, kleptomaniac, sagely and well informed. I'm gonna go with sagely and well informed. And have. It's always good to have. It's always good to have an extra, an assistant who has a lot of information. Octeron Dragon. I think under extra names we had a metallic dragon. Here he is. Interesting. Oh, we went with a she. Well, she will work. Dragons are just too hard. Have 1% chance of having a dragon. That is way too low. Then 50% chance that it's male or female. Just change you to metallic. Patient and jaded. We're going to take out those and obviously replace them with cheerful and humorous. Oh, whoops. Didn't mean to take all that out. Anyway. Hunan. Goblin. Oh. You know what? You're no longer going to be a Hunan Goblin. You're just going to be a Goblin. And your name is Chen. You fear dragons, but you're cheerful. I like that. That's a fun combination. Okay, let's find a Kartal human. And a halfling. We're looking for a human. Well, halfling we found. Mace and Pepin. We'll go with Mace. Oh, this was the other captain. What am I going to do with you then? You have to be something on the sea. Oh, look at that. Cartel human. Now, what do we want? We want this cartel human to have something Gloomy works, Bori doesn't. Contrarian does, Thin does. Okay. Um, oh, generous and carnivore. All right. Lightly tattooed and likes Rogath. Xavier, old and bratty. I think I like the contrarian and thin. Yep. You know what? I'm gonna go with Xavier though. Yeah, lightly tattooed, likes Rogath. That'll be good for his business. All right, that handles my crew. That handles my antagonist. That handles my three main people. This really does make them random male and female. I don't know why there's been such an outpouring of female. Then again, these random names are all male. Hee 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 hee. So let's give ourselves a few of these. We have both types of Rogath, extra elf, some humans. We'll do a couple of kobolds, a halfling. Well, this will be helpful. Dwarf, kobold, and another Rogath one. We already had Jen. Let's just regenerate this. Actually, let's do the staff. Staff's cool. Because I get a lot more of a variety in the staff than I ever will. So put these guys out later. We'll do one more generation. Man, I really have not had many hobgoblins. Did I give them such a low number? There we go, a couple of hobgoblins. Giant. Be good finishing it off. And we'll sort that out later. Like I said, those are all my extra names. Alrighty then. One of the problems that I have with doing the whole screen like this is you have to watch it in HD on a fairly decent sized screen to be able to read everything. I don't know if I can. Oops, I think I knocked off the screen share. I just want to share I just want to share this. So we're going to actually shrink that. Yeah, that looks nice. That's a lot smaller. This should be a lot more convenient for you guys to read at this point. In fact, I think I'm going to stop the video now. And yeah, I'm going to stop the video now and restart with a smaller screen like this.